Hey guys, welcome to episode 1 of the Moto Zone with Bud Skycam. I'm your host, Chris Bud, sometimes known as C-Bud, but just the guy who flies the drone usually at this point in time. We got our first episode, got some great things. We're going to review some race results from the Triple Crown race at Argy Motocross Park. We also have the results from the DT1 race where the Over the Hill gang, they had their national this weekend. And then we also had the championship for the MRAN series final up. That's a cross-country series out in Nevada. They had their final race of the championship for the 2023 season. Also had some interviews with both Corky Azevedo and Mike Sexton, track promoters here in Northern California. And then we also got to talk with a local graphics company who's been in the business for 20 years. One of my old racing rivals, Briar Perry with 180 Decals. Stay tuned and catch it all next on the Moto Zone. From the local dirt tracks to the winner's circle, the Moto Zone, with Bud Skycam is your passport to the world of local motocross. Let's go. Well, guys, episode 1, here we are. And first thing I want to do is I want to thank everybody for joining, watching the show. If you haven't already, go ahead and click that subscribe and that like button. We're going to try and grow this show. We've got some real exciting things coming in the future. But right now, we just kind of want to start with just covering who we are, what we're doing, and a little bit about some races that took place. So here in Northern California, we've got a lot of motocross tracks. Surprising. When I was a kid, there was half as many as there are today. So Northern California has grown immensely in motocross, cross country, and Nevada as well. Actually a brand new track, not a brand new track, but a track reopening in Nevada as well. We'll talk more about that in later episodes. But right now, I'd like to go ahead and take it to some of our interviews that we did at Argy MX Park for the Triple Crown. This was a 2-day race, Saturday race, a Sunday race. This is part of a 6-race series. It's going to go to Argy, or it started in Argy. It's going to go to Oakfield, and then going to finish in Marysville at MX's tracks. So real excited. Take some time, listen to some interviews, and then we're going to go ahead and read some race results after we talk to some people here at Argy MX Park.
I'm Maddox Doherty, and I'm 8 years old.
What class do you race?
65 beginner and 65 open.
How'd you do so far?
I did good.
Yeah? You
Yeah.
just get on 65s?
Yeah.
Nice. All right, who are you and why are you not riding?
Garrett, and I have a broken leg.
Garrett, broken leg, almost recovered? Yeah, getting back soon. And who are you?
Lane, and I'm
Lane
10
who?
years old. Lane Foster, and I'm 10 years old.
What classes you racing, Lane?
65 open and 65 novice.
How'd you do out there so far?
Not bad, but I almost wrecked.
Almost wrecked.
Yeah.
But you saved it. Got 6? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, what is your guys, for someone who's never raced motorcycles before, what's one piece of advice?
Just never give up and always stay on the gas. Keep trying. What he said.
Okay, sounds good. All right, boys, you guys have fun. Good luck out there.
Bye.
All right, guys, who are you? What are you doing out here? Tell us your age, your class, and what are your plans in the future? Hold the drone.
I'm Tatum Weba. I'm 11 years old, and I race 65s.
65. So who are you?
I'm Bobby Leba, Dad, the main man that
What
takes
got you
care
guys into motorcycles?
of. Growing up, that's what I did.
Yeah?
Yeah, so you got to pass it down.
How long you guys been in motocross for?
He's been racing for 7, almost 8 years now.
Yeah?
Yes, sir.
What, do you start on 50s?
Yep, PWs.
What are your plans for this year? Do you have any big races you just went to?
We just went to Ponca. We're going to AZ Open.
AZ Open?
Yeah.
What are the goals? What class did you race in the AZ Open?
65, 10 to 11, stock and limited, and then or stock and mod, and then we're racing 85 mod as well.
Awesome. What's your guys' favorite thing about racing here in NorCal?
The people.
People?
Yeah.
What about you, Tatum?
The people.
People? You guys out here camping for the weekend?
Yeah.
You just have a whole bunch of fun this whole time?
Yep.
All right. Well, good job out there. Have fun this weekend.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, guys. Who are you? What are you doing out here? How long you been riding? And give us all your names.
I'm Mom, Teresa.
My name's George Galindo, and I'm racing 85s.
I'm George Galindo. I'm the dad. I'm the one who made this guy.
All right, hold the drone. Talk into us. Tell us your classes, how long you've been racing for.
My classes are 85 novice and 85 open, and I've been racing for like 2 years now.
All right, what's your favorite thing about racing motocross?
Hitting big jumps.
If someone was just getting into motorcycles, what advice would you give them?
I'm not sure. A lot of hard work.
Okay. When you first got into racing, what was the hardest part about it?
Getting passed by everyone and getting roosted.
Yeah. All right, guys, give us your name, class. How'd your race go?
Alex Eckler, 250C. Didn't go so well. Yeah.
Mine was horrible.
You gotta come say your name. Let him talk first. Go ahead. Who are you? What's your name? How long you been racing?
I race 250C and Schoolboy 2. Gage Disney, I race 250C, 450C, and Schoolboy 2.
What happened to your guys' motos your last motos?
You go first. You got
I got cross jumped and went off the side of the track first lap.
Nice. How you feeling?
Pretty good.
How's the bike?
Yeah, man.
Not bad. Not good.
You gonna be good for the next moto?
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
And how'd your moto go?
Pretty good, second to last lap. Some guy like stalled in the corner, started his bike, dumped his clutch, and I got, boosted in the no-no square. Really got me going. I couldn't breathe there for a second.
All right, awesome. Well, good luck, guys.
Thank you.
Hey, guys, I got 2 great interviews coming up next out of Argyle from this weekend. Both Corky Azevedo and Mike Sexton were out there. Mike Sexton being the one running this race, Corky being the one running the race that's coming up. Let's take it away, guys. We're out here seeing you, and what do you do?
Hey guys,
There's
everybody.
the microphone right there.
There's the microphone. I'm bad. This is cool though. This is cool. The drones are cool. So Corky Azevedo here at the opening round of the 2023 Triple Crown here at Dixon. So this is what it's all about here in Northern California. One of the best biggest series. It's huge. It's packed. Everybody's here today. Vendors are set up. EMT's here. All our new vendors are here. Everything's going great. It's
Tell us
good.
about yourself. How'd you get into this?
How did I get into this? I started when I was a young kid, 13, racing. Turned pro when I was 17, and did the circuit for a while. And me and my dad, Jack Sr., which is no longer with us, but he is actually the founder of AMP Racing. And we just started, found a piece of property, and built the Oakfield Raceway. And that's how it all happened from there. Yeah.
So what's coming up next? After this first round, we got this first 2 rounds today and tomorrow at Argyle.
Yes. And we go right into round 3 and 4 at the Oakfield Raceway, which is November 11th and 12th. Vet weekend. So Fridays we're open for practice. School's out. It's a 3-day weekend, so it should be really good at the Oakfield.
Awesome. Tell us something about Northern California. You said you raced the circuit, going other places. What do you like about racing in this area?
I like the people that come to the event. They come here and camp. The family, the involvement with the kids is the best part of motocross in Northern California.
Awesome.
Yes.
Any advice to someone who's never raced before and they want to race for the first time?
Come on out. We'll set you up, help you get into your right class. You'll ride a practice maybe on a Saturday before the event on our normal races, and kind of get to learn the track a little bit and how we run stuff. It's safe, it's friendly, family involved. So if you guys are new, want to come out to motocross, come hit me up, Corky at the racetrack, and I'll help you get on the track and be safe.
Awesome. If there's one thing you could ask of riders to do to help out at your events, what could riders do to make it easier and better for you?
Most of the kids, most of the people are pretty clean and pretty good. If they would just maybe help keep the facility clean and obey the basic rules here on pit riding and keeping your helmet on and being safe, that's it. But we're here for the weekend. We're here to have fun. And that's my biggest thing, is I want everyone to have fun at our events.
Awesome. Thank you. We'll see you in Oakfield in a few weeks.
That's it, buddy. Thank you.
All right. Who are you? What are you doing out here? Where are we? How long have you been motorcycles? How did you get into it? And who was your favorite guy that kicked himself in the head? The microphone's
My
on the
favorite guy that kicked himself in the head was definitely Chris Butt.
So who are you? Start with that.
I'm Mike Sexton.
Where'd you come from? How'd you get into motorcycles?
I come from my mom and dad. I got the motorcycles because my Uncle Charlie, basically. Plus my friends, you know. And here I am. Right?
How long have you been a motorcycle track operator?
Oh boy, 22 years now?
22 years.
22 years.
Where'd you start at?
Riverfront.
Riverfront. Now what do you run?
Argy MX and Club Moto.
Yeah. Talk to us about your family. Do you ride, race? Do you have any kids who ride, race?
I was a mediocre intermediate, honestly. My son, Jacob, raced for many years, pretty fast local intermediate. And that's about as far as he went. Told me he was going to turn pro. And then a week later, he's like, I got a student loan, I'm going to school. Crushed me, right? Until I realized how much money I saved. Yeah. The one thing I've learned is always water in front of the pros.
You want to give a story about that?
No, you can though.
I think you should give that story.
Your dad was so pissed off.
How many years ago was this? 15 years ago?
That was 22 years ago, dude.
22 years ago. First year? Or your first year at Riverfront?
Probably.
I was racing the pro class, drenched the track, and because I only...
No, hold on. I did not drench the track. I'm very good at not drenching the track.
You're very good. But I'm a fair weather rider. I don't like it when it's rough, rutted, or wet. And so we complained because that's how we were. I don't like rough tracks or wet tracks. Mike told my dad, hey, this is what the pros do. You're a pro, deal with it. And then we realized we should stop bitching and Mike was right. I'll bleep that word, but
I try not to barter for the pros, honestly. Try not to, because they're hauling the mail. Sometimes it's just a matter of who am I going to water for, the 50s or the pros?
Always in front of the pros.
It's time to go. It's time to go. We got to go now, you know?
So tell us your favorite thing about out here in Northern California working with everybody out here.
My favorite thing is, the kids. You get to watch them grow up, become super fast, and then they turn pro and they just disappear. Kinda. Yeah. That's a whole nother story then.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, I disappeared on you for a while. I came back. Now I'm here to help out.
Yeah, right?
I wish I could fly my drone here more often.
Well, you gotta pick the right day. Yeah, I hear.
Hey, I got a few motos in. So, for someone who's never raced motorcycles before, motocross before, what would your advice be? Your first time looking at motorcycles, you saw it, you want to do it. What do you say to them?
Don't come to the motocross track. Go to a field. Learn how to ride that thing before you come to a motocross track. You know? We got a spot. We got a spot for like super beginners and little kids, but you don't want to go out there without knowing the basics. You know, it's gonna end badly.
You ride anymore, Mike?
I ride kids' bikes off the track when they fall down. I do have a bike. I did recently just get gear. I think about it all the time, but I remember my knee.
Well, Mike, we all love you. I grew up with you, your wife, your family, taking care of the tracks up in Marysville. I appreciate all you do. And we'll be seeing you a lot more in this series.
Right on.
Any advice for just anybody, racers, that can do anything to make your track better to help you out more?
Any advice to them to make my track better?
What can us riders do to help you out anyway?
Ride it wet. Slow down a little bit. Make some ruts. You got to dial it in before you shred it, you know?
Awesome. Thanks, Mike.
You bet.
All right, guys. That was some great interviews from some of the riders. We got a few more from a few others as well, but I'm going to read off 3 races. Going to read the top 5 of these 3 classes. We're going to start with the youngest guys, 50cc 4 to 6. We're going to read Saturday's and Sunday's finish. This is from the Argyle round 1 of the Triple Crown, round 1 and 2. So in first place in points, Brenton Gonzalez went 1-1 on Saturday and Sunday. Colton Tate went 2-2 on Saturday, Sunday, sitting in second in points. Tommy Lanford went 4th on Saturday, 3rd on Sunday, sitting in 3rd place overall. Alex Schultz went 6th on Saturday, 5th on Sunday, sitting 4th overall. And then in fifth place right now, going 5'6" for Saturday, Sunday, is Mikey Herman. So that'll be the 50 class. We'll go ahead and skip over to the 65 open class. So we got one of our interviewees, Tatum Leba, went 1-1 on Saturday and Sunday, leading the series right now in the 65 open. We got Cameron Scheller going 2-2 Saturday and Sunday, sitting second in points. Ryder Dill going sixth place on Saturday and fourth on Sunday to put himself in third place in points. Fourth place in points is Nathan Lee going ninth on Saturday. I'm guessing maybe had a little crash. And then on Sunday taking third place to put himself into fourth place. And then in fifth place, another Scheller's brother, Corbin, went 8-7 on Saturday, Sunday to sit in fifth place. And let's go ahead and skip to our biggest class of the day, which I believe was the 250 beginner class. First place went to Race Edwards, going 1-1 on Saturday, Sunday. Andrew Watson going third place on Saturday, second place on Sunday, sitting in second place in points. Third place is Wesley Martin going 2-3 on Saturday, Sunday. Cash Edwards going 4-4 for fourth overall in the series. And fifth place ran it out Brandon Cutherson going 6-5 Saturday, Sunday. If you guys want me to read your race results, go ahead and comment down below what class that you're in. And next weekend when we go over the race results for next weekend's races, we'll try to make sure we get you guys. If you guys like your class, if you see your class commented, like it, or just continue to put your class as many times as you can. And whatever class I see the most commented is who I'll read next time. Now we're going to go back to a last interview that we did with Brian Bacall at BBS at Argyle before we move on to the cross country series.
All right, we're out here at Argyle MX. Who do we got here working on a bike?
Oh yeah, here working on some bikes, doing some fork seals right here at the track, making sure everybody can get their motos in.
What's your name?
I'm Brian with BBS Concepts.
BBS Concepts. How long you been doing this for?
27 years.
27 years. You used to race professional, right?
Yes, I did. I had my little pro stint there in the Midwest, and then that's what led me into the suspension stuff. So I actually started out riding for Pro Action, and that turned into getting the franchise and starting where I started doing suspension was with Pro Action in Texas. So that was a great place to be back in the late 90s. It's a great place, for me because it was like all the amateur nationals and stuff. The two big nationals right there in Texas and Ponca. I mean, it's centrally located to get all the amateur nationals and support the guys at the bigger races that they go to.
What do you think about Northern California scene right now in motocross?
It's pretty good, man. I really like what they have going on here at Triple Crown and the pro motocross, the promoters group having 3 different tracks to go to, and 4 actually, but kind of all working together, and you see a lot of the same guys racing every weekend. So it's good that the more people come together and race, the better the competition is, and the better they'll get.
You got any tips for someone why they'd come over, bring their bike to you on a race day?
Oh, for sure, yeah. Anybody that's struggling with any setup, come on by, and first of all, I'll set the sag and do all the clickers, and then make any recommendations that I would have for the actual rider.
Awesome. How can they reach you?
I'm on Instagram. It's at BBS Concepts, or that's probably the easiest way on Instagram.
All right, awesome. We'll see you out there. Get back to work.
Thank you.
Hey guys, up next is our interview with Briar Perry. He's someone who just celebrated 20 years of being in the motocross industry, making graphics here in Northern California. I've known Briar for a long time. It's a great interview. He's a good friend of mine who's got to do a lot of really cool things. If you guys have any other businesses or shops that'd like to participate in this show, go ahead and shoot me an email at chris@budskycam.com or shoot me a message on Instagram or Facebook at budskycam. We'd love to highlight any local Northern California motocross businesses, shops, companies that support any of our motocross, cross-country needs, wants, or loves. So go ahead and let's jump to it with Briar Perry.
Everything's on the record. BP, who are you? Introduce yourself. Where'd you come from? What do you do? How do you do what you do?
Well, the name is Briar Perry. I was born and raised in NorCal, up in Redding. And yeah, I grew up around NorCal, just racing, riding. I own a graphics company, 180 Decals. I feel like some of the older generation, 30 plus, will know us, but I feel like some of the younger kids don't even know who we are or where we came from. So it's kind of cool.
Definitely, man. So tell us about your riding career. I heard you used to do a little professional back in the day.
If you want to call it that. I mean, yeah, I grew up racing since I was like 3 years old, turned professional. I call it professional with quotations because like I was never good enough to be on a team. but yet I would sign up, race outdoors, and I'd usually qualify for them here and there. So I think the best I ever did was like 21st, 22nd, right in there. But yeah, it's nothing. I don't. No accolades or anything, like no bragging rights. So it's just fun stuff. So
Definitely, man. Obviously, you love motocross. You've never left it. One of the things I've been kind of jealous about for a few years, I saw you go straight from racing. We grew up racing each other. You know, I never liked talking to you because you're competition, but you were good friends with my buddies, the Shermans. You know, it's funny how when you grow up racing with friends and stuff, or not friends at the time, they're your competition. Like, I don't want to talk to that guy. Why is he talking to my friend? Shouldn't be talking to that guy. And then you get out of it, and here we are, friends, you know, hanging out and super pumped at what you've been able to do because you've been traveling the country doing graphics for big teams. So
yeah,
what teams have you done them for the last what 15, 20 years now?
yeah, make me feel old, man. No, I mean over the years we start out with like the first big thing we did was like the MDK team. We were kind of helping them out, and then I don't know. We throughout the years we did like Jimmy Albertson had a Suzuki team, like the Motorcycle Superstore. And then I think recently we're doing the HEP team last year, year before. So now it's been cool. And then you actually, to go back to what you're saying with like how your friends are kind of like, you're not enemies, but you're like rivals at the track, you know? So like one of my best buddies, Ryan Ferris now, him and his kids, you probably seen him at the local tracks, but yeah, we used to be like arch nemesis, you know, when we were a kid growing up, but now we're just like best buddies. We go out to the lake, we hang out. I love his kids. So it's like, it's weird how it comes full circle.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, there's some you know, we both had mutual friends. I think is how I knew you about first was through the Shermanator and
Yeah.
Casey Sherman, you know. And now they don't even really ride dirt bikes anymore. And it's kind of crazy because some of us take long breaks. I took a good 15 years away before I got into the drone stuff. What's kept you riding the whole time, man? Because you've consistently rode at least what, 2 to 10 times a year?
Yeah. I don't know. It's just I always told myself I was going to keep racing as long as I was like seeing progression. And so each year I thought I got a little better. And then it came to a head where it was like I couldn't keep going. I couldn't ride more with how much work I had with 180. So it was like one was making money and one was losing money. So it kind of just made sense to just kind of focus on the business. And yeah, I still ride here and there for fun, but it was cool. I wouldn't trade it for anything. It was cool to travel and hit all the tracks and, you know, race like Unadilla and I don't know, just all the cool tracks. So
Definitely. Some of the questions I've been kind of asking in some of the interviews is if you were a first-time rider showing up at a track, what advice would you want to give that person? First time just showing up, first got a dirt bike. What's the best advice you got for them?
best advice, I mean, obviously is just to have fun, but like, that's a hard one. There's so many ways you could go with it, but yeah, I'd say just I don't know, just try and remember why you, I don't know, just have fun. I don't know. But it's so basic, but like yeah, dirt bikes are fun. Just I don't know, watch some of the fast guys or watch lines, just have fun. I don't know.
Yeah,
Sounds
that's
good.
honestly, man, that's the biggest thing I always tell people with dirt bikes. Like growing up racing, you know, I never did the nationals like you fast guys, but I went out there, you know, and you can get burnt out really easy. There's a lot of people that get into it and they're like, oh, you know, I'm done. But then they kind of find a passion for it again or a love for it, which I feel like the last few times I went out and rode, I was like, damn, this is fun. I forgot how fun this was. And then I went and blew out a wheel at Riverfront the other night, and I was like, damn, forgot it's expensive too.
Well, yeah, someone was asking me the other day, like, do I miss it or do I want to race? I'm like, I miss literally everything about actually riding the dirt bike, but everything else that comes with it, I don't really miss. I don't like the traveling, the bike's breaking, you know, you're stressing on money, or don't know where you're gonna sleep tonight because you know, it's like it's pretty stressful. But like I said, I love it. So
Yeah, as a privateer, this year I met a bunch of privateers, and it just blew me away. Like I got paid to go fly out in a hotel and a rental
yeah, I
car,
feel like
and I was like, dude, how do these privateers do it? Like I'm having a rough time just traveling the country, and I'm flying in an airplane, going home, sleeping in my bed on Monday, you know?
yeah, I think
And
it's funny that like at Supercross, like the Monster Energy girls that fly in, like they make more money than the privateers.
that's honestly, yeah, Tony was joking with me. He goes, "You're kind of like almost a factory rider." I was like, "Dang, I kind of am. This is cool. I like this."
Yeah, you
So
don't
yeah,
have to like you don't have to risk your life or anything either. It's kind of cool.
that's my biggest thing. You know, I just gotta take care of my thumbs. You know, make sure my eyes stay good. My wife's been saying I need to go see an eye doctor. I gotta protect my money makers. You know,
Hey, what
so
about that thumb pump?
Yeah, thumb pump. It's real, man. You get nervous out there battling with the Lawrence brothers or something. Sometimes you just gotta pass them. So
Yeah, how is that with like, do you get nervous when like, okay, shoot to the live feed and you're out there like crash your drone or like miss the shot? Like, what do you?
it's actually funny you said that. So they've said it to me a few times, and it kind of made me nervous. But I was at the LA Coliseum for the final one, and it was like the first lap that we were going to be going through the big peristyle, and they're like, "All right, Chris, it's your show. Take it away." And I was like, "Oh shit!" I just panicked and I overshot the peristyle. I was like, "That's a horrible shot. I'm sorry. I won't happen again." And he's like, "No, it was good." I was like, "No, don't worry. It won't happen again. Just don't tell me it's my show again, because that makes me, yeah,
Yeah, but
that's stuff." But
that's
there's been
crazy.
a lot of. Oh, go ahead.
What other people think is like, for you, you're so picky with your stuff, even with like my graphics or racing, like you're so picky, but then like they're like, no, it's fine. It's like kind of how it is. Like you think you're always your worst critic, you know?
100%. That was a problem I had this year, was learning like what I was doing. They were like, "Wow, you can do that," and I was like, "Yeah, yeah, I can do that." Like when we got to the peristyle, the first time flying through it, like, "You can make it through it, right?" And I was like, "Yeah, I can make it through it. Like, no problem." And like the LA fire marshal come sit down with us and stuff and read off all our paperwork, and yeah, it's crazy, man. But back to your business, man. Since we're interviewing you, Briar Perry, talk to us about the graphics business. You've been doing it you just celebrated what anniversary?
20 years, man. It was yeah, this year's 20 years. Started when I was 14 years old in 2003. So it's been wild to see the, like when we first started, it wasn't even a plan. Like we didn't make a business plan. We weren't like, we're going to start this business and make these graphics. It was like me and my dad had this idea to kind of just make stickers. It wasn't like a model or anything. And he took out his 401k, which is wild. Like we're not wealthy by any means. He just took out his 401k, which is a massive risk for a 14-year-old. And yeah, went on homeschool. Kind of started out locally doing, Shermanators graphics and Brad Kelly and all these, local
Did mine
kids.
for a few years.
Yeah. We'll see, bud, when you did those big old 1-footers.
Yeah, go big.
So yeah, start off that, and then it just kind of grew. It's kind of, there was only 2 or 3 companies doing it at the time, so I think that was a big advantage. But I tell people now, I'm like, if I had to start it over, I'm not confident I could make it again, because there's just like, it's so saturated. And like I used to, growing up, it was like every year you come out with new designs, and nowadays I literally have to make new designs every month, because there's just so many graphics companies, so much out there that people can go to, and there's not much that separates people anymore. Like when we first started, we had like a good product, you do all this research to find this stuff now. And then nowadays you can just go online and search like what printers to use for graphics and templates, and you can literally find it within 5 minutes.
Started back before Google was really a thing, man.
I know, you had to go to the library. No, you had to call people and be like, send me some samples. Like, who do I go to? And but nowadays it's so just streamlined. So
yeah, it's awesome, man. Huge accomplishment. Hats off to you and your family.
Started. Yeah, I wish I had that when I started those. Like, you had to do a lot of research, but
yeah, there was no smartphones back in the day. No smartphones back then. I don't even think we had Nokias back then.
Had no what, kids?
No Nokias, the Nokia phones.
Oh yeah.
Remember those? The snake.
Remember ringtones?
Yeah, dude. They're recording them.
Nowadays, you get fucking yelled at if your phone goes off.
Yeah. Well, awesome, man. Appreciate you coming on. I know you're sponsoring the podcast. Podcast. I don't even know what this thing is called. I don't know what you're gonna call this show. I actually want to ask. I want to ask you a little bit of advice, because you actually chase around and you do big vlogs for 2 people. Did one for a handful of years and still do the other one. Are you able to talk about any of that information and that stuff that you've done on the YouTube side? I don't know if you're under NDAs or whatnot. So
no, it was just I did some side work out filming for Alex Martin, and then
you created the troll train.
Yeah, I don't know if I created it, but one weekend I was going down to A1 just to watch him, and I had a GoPro, and I said, hey, can I just follow you around one day, or like for the race day? And he's like, yeah, I don't care. And he's so nonchalant. He's like, yeah, I don't care. And I made a video out of it, and he liked it, and so he started that, and then from that, yeah, Ronnie Mack, fucking wild guy, hit me up and wanted me to do all his stuff. So right now I've been doing that on the side too. So actually in about a month, I'm going to go to New Zealand with him and just can hang out and film. He's like, hey, do you want to? It's hard to turn down because he's like, do you want to make a couple grand and go over there and hang out and drink beer and film? And I'm like, yeah, I can't say no to that. So,
Where'd you just come back from with him?
yeah, I went to Australia. That was crazy too. So kind of the same area, but yeah,
Nice.
it's pretty wild hanging out with him. He's just a madman.
Yeah. That's awesome, man. Well, super pumped that you've been able to, stay in the moto business, do what you do. So hopefully we can get some more eyes on you and the graphic side of it. But yeah, man, have fun on your trip. We'll follow back up with you probably after. I'd love to hear some stories and stuff that you can tell the children.
For sure.
So
Yeah, I want to. I was actually thinking about. I was talking to Zeb too. I want to come to local races and like vend again, like bring a tent down because I'm like I said, I don't think the younger generation really knows that we're even around here because they probably just go online, order on their phone. They don't even know where they're coming from, you know?
yeah, I know there's a couple graphics companies that have come out, but I don't think too many actually come out to the races and stuff like that. So that'd be huge. So
That'd be cool.
so
Might even ride a little bit, so it'd be cool.
all right, well then I'll have to film you, do something cool, So awesome, man. Well, hey, thanks for doing the interview. I appreciate it. And until next time.
Cool. Thanks, buddy.
All right.
That was great catching up with Briar Perry. Really cool guy. If you ever get a chance, go say hi to him. Like he was saying, he's been vlogging for Ronnie Mack and also doing the troll trains for quite a few years. But you'll see him out at the local tracks. Shoot him a message at 180decals.com, 180decals on Instagram, Facebook. He's actually our first sponsor for the show. So next week, we're going to do a Rider of the Week, and we're going to go and say what we can give away next week as well. All right, up next, we have a series called the Motorcycle Racing Association of Northern Nevada, the MRAN series. This is a cross-country series. This was an 11-race series. The final race was at Tank Slappers MC at Purgatory Peak. There were some great battles between all the classes. We're going to read off 3 classes. This should be the finishes. Let's actually go. Yeah, let's go with this. So big bike overall. We're going to read the top 5 big bike overall. We got Austin Hugh on the open amateur class. Colton Levitt sitting in second place. Ari Furlong, third place. Joseph Holzar, fourth place. And Trenton Lennard. That's, again, the big bike overall cumulative finishes. Let's go ahead and take a look at, let's drop down to one of the 50 classes. For the mini overall, let's go mini overall. That sounds good. Mini overall. This looks like mini experts, novices, and beginners. First place goes to Jesse Miller. Second place, Carson Key. Third place, Reese Inman. Fourth place, Ryder Allen. And then fifth place, Danner Levette. Great job, guys. That's the mini overall class. Let's go ahead and jump over to the 50 over. So these are, I believe, the 50 over class. We got first place, Michael Schultz. Second place, Stephen Mitchell. Third place, RJ Moore. Fourth place, Tim Holt. And fifth place, Dan Hayes. Great job, guys, out there. Cross-country races, if you guys are not familiar with, they'll send you out anywhere from an hour to 2 hours for these races. You go out in Nevada, it's racing through the desert. Something that I'm not a big fan of just because I get scared of getting lost, but a lot of these guys out there are just absolute madmen, just flying through the countryside, or I should say through the desert. Let's go ahead and take a look at one of the 65 classes. Let's go ahead and go with the 65. Let's go 65 novice class. Let's see how it's big. That one's a little small, so let's go a little bigger. Let's go to the bigger class. 65 expert. Nope, we only got 2 in that one. 65 amateur. Let's go 65 amateur. So we got 5 guys in this class. Ducati Fayette took first. Duke, I'm going to say your name wrong, Duke. Saying your name wrong, Duke. I'm just going to stick with Duke. The Duke, 928, second place. Third place goes to Weston Star. Fourth place, Parker Hatfield. And fifth place, Paisley Star. Great job, everybody out there. I got a couple shots. Hopefully we'll get some more stuff next year for these cross-country races. Put up a few photos here, some of the kids riding and stuff in these mini classes. But real excited to do stuff with everybody out in Nevada as well here coming in the near future. Now let's go ahead and jump over to our over-the-hill game. We're going to go straight in 58 intermediate class. And we're going to go ahead and take a look at Sunday. And in first place, Mike Rivas, 744, first place. Second place went to Brian Leatham. Third place went to Brian Dodge Sr. Fourth place went to Gary Henson. And then fifth place went to Rex Tenner. Great job, guys. Again, that was the 58 intermediate class. All right, let's go ahead and go back. next class we're going to do, let's go ahead and get one of the kids' mini support classes. Always got to have the kids in here. In first place, Sebastian Temmer. Second place, Bria Lister. I think she's on a 50 if I'm correct. Second place. Eighth place went to Baylor Wolf. Fourth place went to Maddox Fultz. And then fifth place went to Derek Anderson. Great job, all you guys, all you kids out there supporting your parents and getting your motos in too. And the last class we're gonna review. Let's go with the 38 Masters class. First place, you might know him as Moto Michael Gorda. Mike Gorda, first place. Second place goes to Jason Miskell. Third place went to Eric Clement. Fourth place went to Josh Paloma. Fifth place went to James Leon. Great job, guys. If you guys have anything, I think we're going to catch up with Mike Gorda at some point and do a little interview on him and his business. So great to see him out there doing good racing. I grew up racing Gorda back in the day at Riverfront. And Over the Hill Gang is a great group. If you are over, I believe it's 30, you can go ahead and join the Over the Hill Gang. They've got a ton of races where they focus on the older group. I shouldn't say older, that's my group. But if you want to go out there, race, have fun, battle with guys your age, they have huge turnouts for anybody over 30. So great race. Hopefully we can get somebody on from the Over the Hill Gang, do some interviews and talk a little bit more about that and share that. All right, guys. Well, I want to wrap it up for this first show. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Hopefully you guys found some information useful, entertaining, got to hear some stuff from different people. Want to go over the next couple races this weekend out at E Street MX Park. On Saturday, there's the Battleborn practice. After practice, they have a Stasic race on the track, on the mini track. So if you do have a little one that's just trying to get into dirt biking, I'm going to have both my boys out there racing it on Saturday. Again, it's a Stasic race after practice. I believe practice ends at 2. And then Battleborn is going to have one of their last races of their series, or it might be the last race of the series on Sunday. The following weekend is going to be at Oatfield, the AMP track. This is going to be part of the Triple Crown series. This is round 3 and 4. Friday practice, Saturday race, Sunday race. And then this actually weekend, there's actually a Vet Worlds, and my buddy Joe Bennett, Moto Money Music, and his crew are going down there. The three of them put Team USA on the podium last year, getting bronze. So good luck to Joe Bennett and his buddies trying to get onto the silver, get a silver medal this year and move their way up to the podium. They're calling themselves the Dream Team. So if you're down in Southern California at Glen Helen for the Vet Worlds, go cheer them on, go Team USA. And then again, like I said, this is going to wrap it up. Appreciate you guys if you stayed on this long. Please comment with what you'd like to see different in the show, anything you want me to add, anything you like. We're going to be filming out at Battleborn this weekend. If you guys are out at a different race or something else that we don't know about, go ahead and shoot me a message. Love to get that on the show. Any photos, videos, anything you take from this weekend, shoot them on over and we'll try and put them on the show. Otherwise, that is it. We appreciate it. This was the Moto Zone. Is the Moto Zone with Bud Skycam, Chris Bud. You guys have a good one. Until next time.
What's your name?
Lane.
I tried to get Hunter.
Lane Foster.
Yeah, I want to go.
Okay, what do you ride?
Bike.
No, what kind of bike?
Gas. 65.
Okay, what classes do you ride?
Huh?
What classes do you ride?
Novice and open.
Oh, how do you feel about today?
A little scared.
You a little scared?
I feel like I'm gonna go off the jump because of the wind.
Yeah, it's pretty windy out there. Do you have any stories you want to share? Anything crazy major happen?
I knocked myself out here.
Here?
Yeah.
Okay. How long have you been riding?
Like 2 years.
2 years? Think you're fast?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Anything else you want to say?
No.
No?
No.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Signing out?
He's a.
Okay. Hey, who am I here with?
Andy Watson.
Okay, what classes do you ride?
250 beginner and 450 beginner.
Okay, how long have you been riding?
2 years.
Okay. Do you have any sponsors?
No.
Oh, no one you want to shout out? Mom or dad?
T-Sec. We're shouting out T-Sec.
Oh, okay. Who's T-Sec?
Tyler Seckler.
All right. Thank you. That's all I'm going to ask you.